Hi guys, welcome back. So have you ever wondered what your ethnicity is, but you didn't want to take a DNA test? Or you wanted to compare your DNA ethnicity test to what is actually on your family tree? This is a website that will actually help you do that. So this website is called rootsmapper.com. It's a partner website for Family Search. So once you type rootsmapper.com, it should bring you up to a page like this. That kind of shows a picture of a world map, and in the middle it will say sign in at Family Search to begin mapping. So let's click sign in. Now it's brought you here to Family Search and is asking you to sign in, and you'll just fill out the information and sign in. And then if you haven't been to this website before, it should pull up a secondary page saying, will you accept the terms and agreements? And you'll want to do that. So I'm going to sign in, and it's going to skip the term and agreements for me because I've already been on this website. So sign in. And then now it's brought us back to Roots Mapper, and it is now mapping out my husband's ancestors and where they were born for the next 10 generations, I do believe. So I'm going to let that run, and I'll bring you guys back when it's finished. So this is what it will look like when it is done mapping out your ancestors. It's going to come up with a pop-up box right here in the middle. This pop-up box will generally be you, and it'll have like your name and your information. So I'm just going to close that. But here is kind of what it looks like. So it's a map of the world with a bunch of pink and blue lines leading to pink and blue dots. Yeah, that are all over the world. So the countries that are like this yellow color, like Canada is, means that you don't really have any ancestors from that country. I mean, China over here has one ancestor that's from that country, but that's it. There's like one. So it's still that yellow color. Whereas if you see like Mexico and Spain and Germany over here, they are now a slightly darker shade, meaning that a bit more of your ancestors were born in that country. And then next will be like Sweden over here, where it's a little bit darker. And then next would be like the United States, or if you can kind of see England over there, are darker, like a red color. And that's meaning a lot of ancestors were born in that country. I'm going to zoom in and show you guys what the dots and the lines mean. So, zoom. So I have now zoomed in, and you guys can now see a bunch of lines and dots. I'm actually going to hurry and slide over so I can start over here. So as you can see right here, to the right of my mouse, right underneath the Great Salt Lake, is a yellow dot with a 0. That is my husband. You are the yellow dot with the 0 on it, because obviously this is starting with you. And then each generation will count up in a number. So your parents will be 1, your grandparents will be 2, your great-grandparents will be 3, and so on and so forth up to 10 generations. I believe that's what I've gone to. Looks like that is what I've gone up to, is 10 generations. So yeah. So you can zoom in and follow those numbers if you want to. So the pink dots and the pink lines are your female ancestors, and the blue dots and the blue lines are your male ancestors. Obviously, because pink is for girl and blue is for boy, but I thought I'd clarify that. So if you run your mouse over like a blue dot, it'll say, here's Antonio Valdez. And then if we run our mouse over a pink dot, it will say, here's Maria. And I'm going to scroll in because there's a lot of numbers right there. So if we click on a dot, it's going to split again. Oh, because he has two informations. Okay. We can click on the dot again. And now it is pulled up a little pop-up box, just like it did for my husband at the beginning. And it is saying his information. So here's Antonio's name, his ID number for family search, his birth date and place, and death date and place. If those things are not recorded on family search, they will not be recorded here. And if we click on his name, it should bring us up to his personal page on family search. So let's do that. And sure enough, it has brought us up to his personal page here on family search. And if we want to, we can scroll or click on other things like his memories and learn more about that ancestor. But I'm not going to right now. So I'm just going to exit out of it and go back to Roots Mapper. So let's exit out of Antonio's information box. Now, if you guys have probably noticed, once I clicked on his name and the pop-up box came, that his dot turned yellow, and now there is a black line and some other yellow dots that are changing as I'm scrolling my mouse over. These are Antonio's descendants. So this is the map of my husband's ancestors, going from my husband to Antonio, or from Antonio to my husband. So now we can scroll in and we can follow that line and figure out where those ancestors were born and where they migrated to. Or we can view another line. That's what I'm doing, is I'm scrolling out and I can show you another line. So let's go follow here to like England. And we have a number right here and we can click on him. It's now brought up a pop-up showing that ancestor's information. And then his ancestral line. So we could say, yep, he started from England, then traveled to like the New York area, and then all over the United States. And now we can see that migration for that line of the family tree. So kind of cool, kind of fun. Yeah. So now let me explain what's going on over here in this little black box up in the upper left corner. So first off is my husband's information. Sorry for the blurs, but gotta keep our life private. Underneath that is a green little drop down box. If you click on that, it will actually pull up how many generations you want to go back. I have it set for the highest generations it will go, which is 10 generations. But if you only want to go back 3 or 4 or 8, you can set it to go that far back. I'm going to click out of that. Okay, underneath that is map options. So we'll click on that and it'll say single generation. So you can click on just a single generation and view just the 8 generations and where they are at. Or just where the 7th generations, where they were all born. Or the 10th generations. And see where everybody was born that's 10 generations back from you. We're going to view all. We can see that again. Lines. Make them go away. Or come back. Pins. Make the little dots go away. Or come back. I like the dots personally. Countries. So countries, it just took away the coloring, so now you don't have the little coloring saying, oh, you have a lot of family members from this country or fewer family members from that country. So yeah, you could choose to have that on and off. Trace back. So that got rid of that little black line that showed the tracing back all the way to you, or you climbing back up that line of the family tree to that 10th generation, or whatever generation you chose. And then isolation isn't working right now, so can't really show you that one. The next section on this little black box is pedigree. And now it is showing us a pedigree chart, kind of. One person and their parents. So if I click on number 7 right here, Maria, she should be now in the middle, and it should be showing her parents. But she doesn't have parents. So let's click on this other Maria. She's going in the middle. Nope, she doesn't have any parents. Man, I gotta choose a better name. Okay, Antonio. Oh, I'm choosing. Okay. So let's go over here and click on Anne. Ooh, never mind. We will try to find Anne again. Yep, there she is. Anne. Oh my, I cannot choose one that has parents. Edward? Somebody have parents? Nobody has parents? Oh, there we go. Okay. Anne Clegg. Anne Clegg. If we actually click on her, it will now show her parents. Apparently, everybody just stops at the 9, 10 generations back part for me. Guess I know where my work's at. But now we could see Anne Clegg's parents. And then if we click on like Anne Smith, should bring her to the middle. And we could see her parents if she had parents. Like I said, apparently my husband's family tree stops at the 10 generation mark. But I think you guys understand that part. But if you don't, please ask questions in the comments section. Sorry I tried to explain it more, but kinda isn't really working for me. Okay, next on the list is country statistics. This is the part I really like, and it's kind of more helpful for doing a side-by-side comparison of your ethnicity test results and what is on your family tree. So I'm gonna click on country statistics. And now it's saying that my husband has 401 ancestors that are born in the United States, 390 born in the UK, 141 in Sweden, and then just going down the list of fewer numbers. And then there's a little bar right here that we can scroll and see like Spain, which is the last one, but if you had more, you could scroll through and see all the countries. So this is why I was saying I really like this, comparing it to your ethnicity DNA test result, because now you have that little side-by-side comparison with numbers. But this isn't a percentage. As you can tell, 400 is definitely not a percentage. This is just numbers. But it kind of helps you do a side-by-side comparison. If you know the math of how to make it into a percentage, you could do that. But it still kind of helps with that side-by-side comparison. Then just below that is my husband's information. So if we click on that, it's just saying his name and set as the root, which of course we would like to set as the root, or if he wants to log out. Which I don't want to right now because I want to show you guys these things. And then obviously up here on the top right corner, you can do this map, the satellite map, make it a widescreen, zoom in, zoom out, and then on the bottom right hand corner, share on other websites. So I hope you guys liked this video and it was very informative and helpful. I enjoy this website because I think it's cool to have a website that actually does the work for you of tracking back on your family tree of where your ancestors are born. And you can trace your ethnicity on your family tree without having to do a DNA test, or compare it to your ethnicity DNA test result and see how the two compare. But it's a cool, fun, little exciting website. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you guys have any ideas of anything else I should film, please also comment below. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. Bye.